This is such an historical time. And we're having also 5 planet retrograde, and this is unusual. Now, we know that planet retrograde mean we have to be patient, we have to keep our good hope, and it's a time to reevaluate, but what is important into my life right now? Now, for sure, we're all familiar with Mercury retrograde, and we know the trouble it can cause into all form of communication, and it can break down all electronic device or it change plan. But retrograde planet can also be helpful. And why? Because they can reassess our situation and help us to do it better. Now, when we think of retrograde planet, we have to think of all the word starting by RE. So it's a time to reflect, review, reanalyze, or things can be revealed to us about ourselves. So retrograde planet, it's a time to realign ourselves to the true self. Now, what is those planet retrograde? We're having Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And their effect is so big right now in our life. So Jupiter retrograde until September 12. And Jupiter is in his own sign, Sagittarius. So it's like that noble Archie looking for the truth and looking for anything honorable. Unfortunately, sometimes we can manipulate the truth so it can serve ourselves and our own ambition. So because Jupiter retrograde, it's a time to see, what is my truth? And is it serving everybody? Is it for the good of everyone? Also my ambition, or is just for me? Now, Saturn retrograde until September 29. And Saturn is the planet to help us to become wise, to become responsible, to become engaged. And Saturn also, it's on his own sign of Capricorn. And that is helping us to become more emotionally stronger and more mature. So I know the times are not easy and it's still very difficult and we're having challenge and it's very hard to have a vision for the future. So Saturn retrograde say, go inside, get all your resources so that you can stay stronger and you can face all the challenge because Saturn persevere, keeping a structure, but he goes so deep inside to stay stronger. So that's Saturn. Now Uranus. Uranus retrograde until January 14. And we know that Uranus is the planet of change and unexpected change and sudden outburst of creativity or invention. He's always ahead of his time. So Uranus is making us sure that we don't stay rigid into the old tradition of doing things. Uranus retrograde right now say, just stay flexible and allow yourself to change, allow yourself to reinvent your life, your personality, what you want. So that's Uranus. And then we have Neptune, and Neptune retrograde until November 28. And Neptune is the planet of love, it's the planet of illusion or fantasy or ideal. So right now, because Neptune retrograde, we're facing the duality between the ideal and the real. I had an ideal of love, but now I'm facing the love. I'm facing who really I am and all my dream, because that's the dream planet. What is my dream? Is it all up there? Can I do it now? Can I face the reality? So because it's retrograde, so we have to face the reality. And don't forget, Neptune helps us in our evolution on a spiritual level to connect to our soul in a way. So right now, if I always wanted unconditional love, now it's the time to do it in my reality. And then we have Pluto retrograde until October 4th. And Pluto, it's a bomb, it's an atomic bomb. Pluto destroy, Pluto transform, Pluto, it's not just change, he take away any foundation. So Pluto, in a way, with that big bang and that big transformation force, now retrograde mean we have to face the aftermath. We have to face the consequence of all that big destruction. And why? So we can rebuild our life and rebuild our future. So right now, these 5 planets are somewhere in your chart. You have 5 departments who are being very shaking up. So that's why Gansham want to give this seminar, this webinar on every Wednesday during the fall to help us pass through those times. And with, of course, the headline, because that's the way we think. And the way we think will allow ourselves to pass again and accept all the challenge. So don't miss the opportunity. You still have time to register. It starts September 9. And we'll have fun. And we'll certainly try to understand what's going on with all the planet and how we can make it more real into our own hand so that we can face ourselves and help other people. So have a great week, and I hope I'm going to see you at the webinar. I'll be there.